Hello everyone, welcome to Mechanical Engineering online classes, MEOC. This is Shravani Sriramoju. In case of static force analysis, the effect of inertia forces that arise due to mass of connecting rod is not considered. So let us consider the forces acting on the AC engine mechanism. Fp is the piston effort, which is the net axial force acting along the line of stroke. Fq is the force that is acting along the connecting rod. And Fn, this is also called as piston side thrust. It is a normal reaction that will be acting on the cylinder wall. And coming to this, Ft is a tangential force acting at the crank pin, and Fr is a radial force acting on the crankshaft. And T will be the crank effort, which is the torque on the crankshaft. That will be obtained by multiplying Ft and the length of the crank, which is small r. Let us develop relations for all the forces. Fp, Fq, Fn, Ft, Fr, and finally also find T. Let us first find the axial force acting on the piston, which is nothing but piston effort. Piston effort is a net force that will be acting on the piston along the line of stroke. So if we consider the free body diagram of piston, the gas force, because from our figure the gas is onto the left side of the piston, so let Fg be the gas force or force by the gas acting on the piston. Then depending on whether the piston is moving towards IDC or away from IDC, whether it is rightward or leftward, depending on that the inertia force and frictional resistance exists. So because in the market or anywhere the specifications will be in terms of gas pressure only, not in the terms of gas force. So let Pg be the gas pressure that is acting on the piston, taken in say Newton per meter square, and Fg is the gas force acting on piston, taken in newtons. And we know that force is nothing but pressure into area of cross section. So let capital A be the cross sectional area of the cylinder, taken in meter square. So let this be pi by 4 d square, where d is the diameter of cylinder in meters. And let Fi be the inertia force due to the reciprocating part. Here the reciprocating part is piston or slider. So this is taken in newtons. In static force analysis, we consider the mass of reciprocating parts. We will not consider the mass of connecting rod. So we will have Fi due to piston. So Fi can be written as mass into acceleration, mass of the reciprocating part Mr into acceleration of piston AP. So let this be taken in meter per second square, And from our previous derivations, previous videos, we know that AP can be given as r omega square into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by small n, which is obliquity ratio. And let RF be frictional resistance or simply friction taken in Newton. So here we will have two cases. One, when I am considering the piston to be moving towards IDC, meaning that the piston's motion is rightward, it is under acceleration. Fg is always here because gas is always on the left side from our diagram. So frictional resistance and inertia force both will be opposing motion. So we will have inertia force acting leftward and also frictional resistance acting leftward. So the net axial force acting on the piston when the piston is in acceleration can be given as Fp is equal to, if I am considering rightward forces to be positive, then it will be Fg minus Fi minus Rf. This is nothing but pressure into area minus Fi is mr into AP. AP is nothing but r omega square into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n minus Rf. So if at all we want to write it in full terms, it is pressure into pi by 4 d square minus mr r omega square into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n minus Rf. So this is the piston effort. This is the net force acting on the piston when the piston is moving rightward or towards IDC, which is acceleration. The other case is when the piston is moving away from IDC. Say the motion is away from IDC. So this is retardation. But again, since the gas is on the left of piston, the force will be from left only. So this is Fg. And inertia and friction both will oppose the motion. So Rf and Fi are along Fg or reverse to motion direction. So here we will have net axial force or piston effort as Fg plus Fi plus Rf. This is nothing but Pg into pi by 4 d square plus mass of reciprocating part into r omega square into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n plus Rf, or simply in general Fp can be written as Fg minus or plus Fi minus or plus Rf. We have just this is a combination of both the cases when the piston is in acceleration and retardation. So when it is in acceleration, we have Fg minus Fi minus Rf. When it is in retardation, it will be Fg plus Fi plus Rf. So this equation is used only for horizontal engine. Horizontal engine is the figure that is shown in the beginning. So that is a horizontal engine. In case of a vertical engine, the effect of weight of reciprocating part is also considered. Piston effort in case of a vertical engine. So when the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, the weight of reciprocating part will assist the piston effort. So Fp when piston is moving from TDC to BDC, then FV will be equal to FG plus Fi plus weight WR, weight of the reciprocating part. Now when the piston is moving from BDC to TDC, that time the weight of the reciprocating part will oppose the piston effort. That time we will have Fp is equal to Fg minus Fi minus Wr. If resistance, if Rf is neglected, but otherwise if Rf is there, then Rf will be in the direction of Fi. To find piston side thrust, consider this figure. So from triangle OAC and PAC, we have CA. So from triangle OAC, CA can be written as R into sine theta, and from the triangle PCA we can write CA as small l. This is the length is L into sine phi. So we have CA as L sine phi equal to R sine theta. So from which we can write sine phi as sine theta by n. N is nothing but the obliquity ratio L by R. And as we know that sine square phi plus cos square phi is equal to 1, and we know sine phi in terms of sine theta and n, we can find cos phi as 1 by n root over n square minus sine square theta. Now consider the triangle PAC. We have FQ along the connecting rod. Let this be point P, point at the piston. The C is the end of the crank, and we have dropped down a perpendicular from this onto the line of stroke. We named it A. As can be seen here, P, C and A, this triangle. So FQ is along the connecting rod, FP is along the line of stroke, and Fn is a side thrust. So we are just drawing the force polygon. This is FQ, this is FP, and here is Fn. These two are perpendicular. So from this triangle, this figure, we know that tan phi is nothing but Fn by Fp. And Fn can be written as Fp tan phi or Fp sin phi by cos phi. We know sin phi in terms of theta, sin theta by n, and we also know cos phi in terms of sin theta. So substituting sin phi and cos phi in this, we will have Fn as Fp sin theta whole divided by root over n square minus sin square theta. So this is Fn. So with the help of this expression, we can find the piston side thrust. From the same force polygon, we can find FQ because we already found FP and we already got Fn. So using these two known quantities, we can find FQ, which is the force along the connecting rod. From the figure, I can write cos phi is equal to Fp by Fq. Fp is already calculated by us. So from here, I can write Fq as Fp by cos phi. Cos phi is nothing but this. So root over n square minus sin square theta, 1 by n comes here, so I can shift it up. So this is the expression for the force acting along the connecting rod. So let us find the tangential force acting on the crank pin, which is Ft. So consider triangle CBD. This is taken from the previous figure only. So we know that sine of theta plus phi. So this is phi this is theta, so this is theta plus phi. Sine of theta plus phi is nothing but, this is the opposite, this is the hypotenuse, ft by fq. So from here we can find ft as fq into sine of theta plus phi. We know sine a plus b as sine a cos b plus cos a sine b, and fq from the previous case, q is nfp by root over n square minus sine square theta. So we can write fq as nfp by root over n square minus sine square theta into, this can be written as sine theta cos phi plus cos theta sine phi. And we also know the relation between cos phi and sine theta. Cos phi is nothing but root over n square minus sine square theta by n. So substituting this here, and sine phi is also known to us. Sine phi is sine theta by n. So we have derived this in our previous videos. So we can write this as fp into, substituting this cos phi as this and sine phi as this, and solving for it, simplifying them, we will have sine theta plus sine theta cos theta by root over n square minus sine square theta. Now we have sine theta into cos theta term here. I can write multiply by 2 and divide by 2. I can write this as sine 2 theta. So I can write this as ft is equal to fp into sine theta plus sine 2 theta by 2 root n square minus sine square theta. So this is a relation for finding ft, tangential force on crank pin, using theta, obliquity ratio, and the piston thrust. So similarly we can find the radial force acting on the crankshaft, which is nothing but Fr. So we have previously found just Ft, and from the same figure we can find Fr. To obtain Ft we have taken sine formula. To obtain Fr we have to use cos, because this is theta plus phi, and adjacent side, on adjacent side there is Fr. So we can write cos of theta plus phi as Fr, which is the adjacent side, by hypotenuse, which is Fq. So therefore Fr is nothing but Fq cos of theta plus phi. Fq we have already found in terms of Fp, and also we know that Fr is nothing but, from this figure we know that Fq square is equal to Fr square plus Ft square. So therefore, since Fq square is equal to Fr square plus Ft square, we know Fr is root over Fq square minus Ft square. So these are the two relations to find Fr, which is the radial force acting on the crankshaft. We can find the torque or turning moment acting on the crankshaft from the same. Crankshaft is along CB, crank is here, the shaft will be somewhere here. So Fr is passing through the crankshaft, so the moment or torque by Fr will be 0. But there is another force Ft. So in order to find the torque, the crank effort, which is torque or turning moment acting on the crankshaft, it is nothing but Ft into R, where R is the radius of the crank, the length of the crank. And Ft is already found by us in the previous video. We can write Ft as Fp into sine theta plus sine 2 theta by 2 root n square minus sine square theta into R. So this is the crank effort.